What's up, guys? Back with another one. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there?
Las Vegas coming back at you on the Unbiased Real Reaction, baby.
That's right, man. Shout out to our free thinkers, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shawn Smith.
Yep.
Heaven. Featuring Khalil, Eric Westbrook, Brittany Thomas. And we'll throw the shout out to the producer as well. Produced by Logic the Beat, man. Shout out to everybody on the track.
Yep.
Don't know too much about Shawn Smith. Heard his name floating around. I don't know if I've heard anything from him. I just kind of saw him in the comments, and I know I've heard him mentioned in other places. I just don't know exactly where. So that's how unfamiliar we both are with him. But you guys in the comments, a few of you, not many of you, had said this dude is nice, he can spit. So, you know, we're all about, you know, giving up and coming artists a shot, man. So let's see what he's got. Shawn Smith, Heaven.
Everybody wants to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Don't you
nobody want dead.
But nobody.
We're gonna let it rock. I know he's about to come in, but where's that from?
Yeah, I think it's from like I don't know where it's originally from. I remember that specific line being in an old Steven Seagal. I used to be a big Steven Seagal fan back in the day, guys. But that was the roster. What was it? Mark for Death. That's what it was called. And the Jamaicans in there would say, "Everybody want go heaven. Nobody want death."
Yeah.
Nobody want death. You know, but that's where I know. Little sidebar.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if that came from an actual...
It probably has.
Sample from a song. Seems like it came from somewhere, a specific song somewhere, but let's get into it.
Don't you wanna go, but nobody. Nobody wants.
Look, I'm from a city where they always leave the heat on. Where your friend expect for you to leave home. Family will test you, blood pressure you to squeeze arms. I was blessed to inherit lyrics my parents had to serve in my face. If the industry ain't gon' profit, they urge you to wait. I'm in a game where people working for you burn you for cake. You see them folks at your lowest and they can't serve you a plate. But God showed us through Moses our staff turned into snakes.
Yeah.
First of all, the way they chopped that sample was tough.
Yeah.
That sample was hard.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah.
That is hot. Yeah, even before that line that we really stopped on, though, when he up top, when he said family will test you, he said, I'm from a city where they always leave the heat on. So I think he's from Philly, by the way. I know that. I think he's from Philly. Leave the heat on. It's cold outside, but leave the heat on. Like your guns, leave the heat on.
You always gonna have that.
You need your gun. You need your protection. Where your friend expects for you to leave harm, family will test you. Blood pressure you to squeeze arms. So obviously, when you get your blood pressure checked,
they gotta squeeze.
You gotta squeeze your arm.
Yeah.
But I think he's saying squeeze arms as in guns, but your family will test you. So I think maybe it's just the peer pressure of your friends and your family. You know what I mean? To be out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of in that environment. It comes from your family. Everybody's in the streets. Everybody is from the struggle. So they test you to squeeze arms. Or maybe the closest people to you can test you.
Can be your worst enemy.
Can be your worst enemy.
Yeah, that's
causing you to want to kill them as well. So there's different ways you can kind of look at that line. But that was a hard line, whatever he meant. But the line that really made me stop, man, he said, if the industry ain't gonna profit, they urge you to wait. I'm in a game where people working for you burn you for cake, right? So if the industry ain't gonna profit, if they can't make money off you, they're gonna put you on the shelf.
Yes,
that's what he's saying, right? Put you on the shelf, as in they're gonna stop your music from coming out.
They're gonna railroad you.
They're gonna try to figure until they can figure out how to make money off you. You ain't putting anything out, right? I'm in a game where people burn you for cake, right? They they burn you. You get shitted on for money. You know what I mean? Railroaded.
Exactly.
You can see them folks at your lowest and they can't serve you a plate, but God showed us through Moses how staff turn into snakes. That was crazy. That was a line that made me stop this shit.
That was dope. That was dope.
So when he said at the end of that line, when he said the staff turns to snakes, he's talking about your staff. So what he could be possibly saying here is the staff, the people that he that was supposed to kind of help his career get to the next level, right? Maybe agents, lawyers, maybe management. When you're at your lowest, those people they're not serving you a plate, they're not throwing you a bone, they're not trying to help you get to the next level, right? But when you're at a certain point, that's when they kind of come in, right? So they're snakes, as in they're not there for your best interest, right? But he also used, of course, the line in the Bible. I think it was the book
To
of
stab you in the back.
Yep, I think he used the line in the Bible. I think it's the book of Exodus where Moses used his staff and it turned into a snake. So that was really, really dope.
Was hard.
Dope lyricism right there, man.
But God showed us through Moses our staff turned into snakes. I was born to blow and convey. Niggas is Warren Buffett while we warring over buffet. The sacrament is begun. These rappers ain't as passionate as we come. They rather sip the activist and be one. They falling for fame. You don't know that Christ is Lord. Do you?
That was tough.
Niggas is Warren Buffett while we're warring over a buffet. Hard line. Hard line.
That was tough.
Now, what I think this means, I could be wrong, what I think this means is Warren Buffett is a billionaire, right? So niggas is in everybody. We're rich in our own right? We may not have physical money.
Intrinsically.
Right. But we're rich, you know? You got your health, you got a lot of things going for you. But we're warring
like
over...
we're kings.
Right, exactly. But we're warring, we're at each other's throat, we're fighting over a buffet. That could mean opportunity. We all have the same opportunity. That could mean there's a lot of opportunity to make money out there. And we're at each other's odds for the wrong shit.
Yeah, and I like that. Or it could just mean as well, here's a different approach to it. Maybe he's just saying when we say niggas is Warren Buffett, meaning people outside of the urban community. Like while these people over here getting money, we're warring over a buffet. A buffet is low quality food, maybe just significant shit that doesn't matter.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So either way, dope right in there. Then he said the sacrament has begun. These rappers ain't as passionate as we come. They rather sip the activists than be one.
Yeah,
that's what made me stop the video. That was incredible.
Dope, yeah.
That was an incredible line. Activist is a drug that they put in lean, right? It's in lean, it gets you high. So these dudes rather sit around and sip activists and get high than actually be out
for a cause,
right? And be an actual activist or revolutionary or whatever the case may be. And that was just fire.
That was hard.
Let's keep it going. He's crushing it so far.
If you don't know that Christ is Lord, then you lost in the game. Don't get ahead of yourself like Rick Ross in his chain. But who am I? I'm just a Christian soul, trying to get my point across like a pick and roll. The devil tried it, but God denied it. I used to always constantly front. Spiritual wisdom, the reason I've been trying to be blunt. I'm just saying what I honestly want. I speak from the heart, take it how you want it, like Melania Trump. It's Easter Sunday, the morning, the preaching sung as I'm yawning. I'm leaning up to get peace, but it's deeper stuff in my thoughts, probably leading up to my torment. Usually up in the AM while all the hustlers snoring. Joe Jackson, the grind, I beat the sun every morning. I had a long day. I'm like Suede, it get dark if I rub the wrong way.
Yo, he is spazzing.
Yeah, he's going off.
He's spazzing on this track. I don't know if y'all can really hear what's going on. He is spazzing.
Yeah, he is going off.
He said so much in here.
And obviously it looks like he's a Christian, right?
I don't know if he's a Christian rapper. Is he a Christian rapper or is he just a Christian that's rapping?
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a difference there, but... But he's fired, or whatever he is. It doesn't matter. He's fired. The way he's executing this is really dope.
He said, I'm like Suede. It get dark if I'm rubbed the wrong way.
That was crazy.
That's crazy, dude. Obviously, when you rub Suede, it turns a different color, right? It almost looks like a different material. It doesn't look like the same material. So I think what he's saying is, I'm a Christian. But don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? You rub me the wrong way, I could turn into a beast.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And when you go against the grain on Suede, when you go the wrong way, it gets darker.
Yeah, exactly.
He will get dark as in menacing, is what he's saying, if you rub him the wrong way. So stay on his good side, even though he's a Christian. But the line before that was crazy. He said, usually up in the AM while all of the hustlers are snoring. Joe Jackson, the grind. I beat the sun every morning.
That's horrible, though.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
To Joe Jackson.
And Michael Jackson.
Rest in peace to Michael Jackson, and shout out to all the Jacksons. You know what I mean?
That was a hard line, though.
That was a great line.
That is a hard line.
That's a great line.
Woo, jeez.
What he's saying is obviously Joe Jackson, you know, he would spank. He beat them. He spanked the Jacksons, right? So, but he beats the sun up. The sun, as in the morning, you're beating the sun. He's up early.
Because he's grinding.
Right?
Making things happen.
Trying to make things happen, trying to live righteously is what he's saying, right? So he's beating the hustlers, the people that get up on the block and are really fucking up the community. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up early, working on his craft and trying to be the best he can be to sort of overcome the obstacles in his environment, is what he's saying. But that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes, let's keep it going.
I'm like Suede, it get dark if I rub the wrong way. And just thinking back on my life, every action was lack of price. All the trappers was in the fashion, but pass me honest advice. I was rapping trying to get nice, sorta like chess games. I had to hold my horses and sacrifice all my nights. Walking me from the stool when I ain't had no ride. All we saw is jacket was one size, more too wide. All the things that was killing us settled in as the norm in a regular common form. Rebels who not informed of the devil without his horns, that are peddling not the storm. We would stay away from a way that was delicate, common warm.
He's leaving. No. Yo, I've never heard of this dude. Shout out to the people who were requesting this dude in the comments. He is like, he's really leaving Earth.
Yeah, he is, man.
This is a great song, dude.
It is, dude. I gotta touch on this
Okay,
line, dude. I gotta touch on this line real quick. I was rapping trying to get nice, sort of like a chess game. I had to hold my horses and sacrifice my knights. That was so cool, man. Yeah, man. Who is this kid, man? So I'm rapping trying to get nice. So he's on the grind. That's kind of, that goes right back into that other line that we just kind of defined here. Yep. Sort of like a chess game. You play chess, you know, you got your horses, you got your knights. So it's very strategic. He got to take strategic moves to make it.
That's right.
You know, dope.
Exactly, but what he's also saying is he had to hold his horses and he's sacrificing his knights. As in going out at night, getting into bullshit, right? He had to hold his horses. He had to like keep himself calm down.
Yep.
And make sure that he moves strategically. So he's sacrificing his nights, maybe out partying, maybe out doing dumb shit, and saying, you know, I'm focused, right?
Sacrifice all my nights.
All of my nights, hold my horses, and focus, right? And be strategic with how I move. Yep. So that was beautiful, beautiful writing there. Then he said all the things that was killing us settled in as the norm in the regular common form. That was tough. All the things that was killing us. When he says us.
Guns. Everything in the streets. That's turning into the norm.
Urban community, right?
Yeah.
Right? Drugs, guns, you know what I mean, crime. That's settling. That's just the norm.
In the regular common form.
In a regular common form.
It's like it's normal to us and it hasn't even changed form. It hasn't even changed dimensions.
Yep.
You know, dope.
Rebels who not informed on a devil without his horns. So rebels, street dudes, right? Street dudes in the street, who are not informed on the devil without his horns, right? So the devil without his horns can mean a lot of different things.
Devil comes in all different shapes and fashions, right?
They even say new levels, new devils, right? When you get to different levels in life, there are new devils or new things that come into your
temptations.
New people who are trying to snake you, maybe lawyers, especially in his field. There are lawyers and agents and people that try to take advantage of you. So new devils without their horns, right? So they're not showing their horns, but they're devils, right? Then he said, instead of pedaling out of the storm, we would stray away from a way that was delicate, calm, and warm. That's just crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Instead of pedaling out of the storm is just being involved in the streets, right? In the hood doing dumb shit, just being involved in things that are sort of harmful to your advancement, right? So you instead of getting out of that situation, you know, and going towards a more righteous path that's this delicate, calm, and warm, you rather just stay within the storm. So you're lost.
And you stray away from what's delicate and calm. The good things in life that we're supposed to be focusing on.
That's right.
You stray away from that instead of straying away from the garbage in the street. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The street nonsense. You know what I'm saying? This is a great performance.
Yeah, it is, man.
But he's dope, though, man.
My biggest mistake was looking at all these other clowns instead of God. Don't show us brave when we in fear. I pray that I'll be aware. I'd rather hear the horns than see a pit. I'm being thankful I'm awake and I'm aware and free. Keeping faith and staying grateful if I'm fearing greed. So I'm repping Christ like I'm late to catch a flight. Cause I'm trying to make it to the gate before my spirit leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a question.
Yeah, that was
dope, dude. Yeah, that was
me.
Dope. That was dope.
That was fire.
That was dope.
Hard.
Dope.
Great song by Shawn Smith. Man, I don't know who this dude is, man. I know who he is now.
Yeah, man. It was just bars after bars after bars after bars. Man, how many times did we stop this video?
Dude, he was going crazy.
Yeah, man. I loved it, man. There's something to be said for someone that can talk about a song labeled Heaven and actually bring it to life. I think he did a really good job. He had a lot of Bible quotes in there, and he had a lot of real stuff that the typical person, typical kid you know, not only kids, but adults too can relate to, right? I mean, because we can relate to a lot of the things that we saw growing up, right? And he touched on those things, but he still kept it in a positive vibe, you know what I mean? Talked about, you know, and I think that's what really, if you're going to take this route as a Christian rapper, if he is, I think you need to be in tune with what's really happening. A lot of people that I've heard that have tried this and have failed is they're so preachy and they're not in tune with what's really going on. Well, you got to turn the other cheek. Well, how you gonna turn the other cheek when something?
You got a gun in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How are you gonna do that? So I think he really did a good job bridging that gap and showing that he's understands what's really going on in the streets, but still bring it a positive light from a spiritual aspect.
Absolutely. So. Well said, man. I think that heaven, what he's trying to say here in the song is he's trying to get to heaven, right? He's clearly a Christian, and these are the obstacles that have gotten in his way. He's sort of enlightened. You know what I mean? He was that kid in the streets, right? He had temptation around every corner. He could have went this direction, he could have went down the wrong path, but he understood that his final destination is to get to heaven. That means living righteously, being a good dude, trying to stay out of trouble, you know, and along the way he's seen snakes. You know what I mean? Now he knows to be on the lookout for those snakes. So this is just really him saying, you know, through adversity, right? Through all of the torment and the trials and tribulations, this is where my mind is at. I'm trying to get to heaven. But there are a few lines that I wanted to touch on to end this. He gonna show us brave when we in fear, right? You don't know you're brave until you're in a situation where you have to exhibit bravery. When you're in fear. He as in God. He said, I pray that I be aware. I'd rather hear the horns than see a pair. Yeah. Come on, man.
Dope.
I'd rather hear the horns, right? The triumphant horns.
Right? Yeah, you know.
When God comes back is what he's saying, right? That they say in the Bible. Then see a pair, then see the devil, then go to hell for not being a good dude, right? So that just wanted to highlight just the great penmanship in this. And like Ryan said, man, Christian rappers have a stigma, man. They do come off a bit preachy. In the past, they've kind of come off like they were just a little detached from what's really going on. So it's good to see a dude that can incorporate his beliefs in his music, but not necessarily seem so disassociated with the streets and where he comes from. You know what I mean? And I think that that's going to take him far because he's going to be a little bit more universal. He's going to be able to, a lot more people are going to be able to relate to him. And I think it's just good to have positivity. A lyricist that's positive. That's really nice. Yeah. Really nice. Shout out to Shawn Smith. We definitely going to get back to him.
Yeah, this is a wake up call to me.
Stop playing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We both. Yeah, I mean, give us some more suggestions on this. Alright, so that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also check out our Patreon channel, guys. If you're interested, you'll get early access to our content. The link will be in the description. This is Las Vegas. George, Ryan, we out.